Hello, Flutter. How you doing, my dear? And Gunner. So you guys haven't killed each other yet, right? It's like you haven't put the heel in the head of Gunner or anything of that sort. Oh, the spirit of Gunner. Okay, so she has killed you and all that gameplay, and is just like all that gameplay is a ghost pretending to push buttons. Well, I say sell front row tickets. I mean, it worked for Hollywood, right? We do pay per view. Hello, Travis. What's good, my friend? That's right, because Bubbles asked me today on a text message, is my chili good or is it just ordinary? And I'm like, I don't know how to answer that one. So I think she was talking to Flutter and like got me in trouble. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's a little early and there's a reason for that today because Streamlabs is actually working. It's working like it's supposed to. Hello, Red. What's good, my knucklehead friend? Um, yeah, there's a reason I'm starting a little early to run. Oh wait, we got to say it right. It's run. But yeah, she actually got mad at me because she went to a work thing, and I always joke with her when she goes to these work after work get-togethers because she never brings me anything back. Well, the refrigerator is empty, and she basically comes in the next day huffing and puffing because she's bringing in food, and I'm like, "What's the matter?" And it's like, "Well, I want to make sure you got food in the house. You complained yesterday." And I'm like, no, I was making fun of the fact that you went out to a work gathering with food and you didn't bring your hubby back anything from your work gathering. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. So I actually got the better of her for once. And then, like I said, today, just out of the blue, he sends me a text message basically asking, my chili's good, right? And I'm like, okay, what brought this on? And I'm still waiting for her to get home to find out. So we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see. Hello, Pussycat. So yeah, I think Flutter and Bubbles have been like getting. I know that's what I told her. It's like just a doggy bag. And she's like, well, you didn't really want this because it really wasn't much more than salad and zucchini or something like that. I forget what it was exactly. And I'm like, yeah, I could pass on the doggy bag of a salad. I really could. All right, we're going to be ready in about 3 minutes, so give me 3 minutes. I got to go feed the cat before she like claws things up down here. And then we will be right back. So bear with me, folks. Okay. Now I just have to wait for the cat to come down complaining that the dog stole her all food. But, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are here for the first time, welcome to Listwitch. We are the one, we are the only live interactive game show where you guys are the contestants and you guys can actually win stuff. And I'm trying not to give away too much right now because I will tell you guys right now, Saturday's show will either be starting really early or it'll be really short. Because I volunteered to go into work Sunday morning. So I have to pretty much work for 4 hours on Sunday. Which will be interesting because I've done the overnight shift on Sundays from 4 to 10. But I've never done the morning shift, so we shall see. Oh, Walter, the question Walrus is forgotten already. That's saying something. That's saying something. Walrus has most of these questions memorized. Although I think there are 400 and something questions now. And tonight we'll probably do a trivia game if we can get enough people in. So that we're gonna see. No guarantees, no promises, or anything of the sort. Yep, you're slipping. So that's one reason I wanted the early start today, is because I do want to try to do a trivia game tonight. Because again, Saturday's show will definitely be shorter than normal. For multiple reasons. But the big one is I got to go to work Sunday morning. So I've got to make sure I'm asleep and awake at a reasonable hour. Which will take some doing. Yeah, but see, there is no right answer to that question, Gunner. There is no right answer to that question. I'm just warning you beforehand. I'm warning you beforehand.
Just make sure that you tune in to List Wits. You're watching List Wits. If you're braving, you might win. Just make sure that you tune in to List Wits.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the one, the only live interactive game show. Welcome to Listwits, and yes, we are doing a little early tonight. Like I said, there's a reason for that. For those of you that weren't here when we started, Saturday's episode is going to be shortened. It's either going to be starting really early or it's going to be shortened, one of the two. And the reason is, again, I got volunteered to go into work on Sunday morning, like at 8 a.m. And as you guys know, we like usually running the show till about 11 o'clock on Saturday. Obviously, I can't do that if I am going to be working on Sunday. So, what we're going to try to do tonight is we're trying to extend the show a little bit and hopefully give away a few things. We're going to try to run at least one trivia game tonight, depending on how many people are here and how many people are participating. But I'm not promising anything. I'm not promising anything because, like I said, it's one of those things you can't promise. Hello, Smoothies and Delvikins. Where the hell did GQ come from? Or I should say Mrs. GQ come from? Where have you two been? I miss seeing you guys around. So what we're planning on doing, and again, it is going to take me doing some serious cramming Saturday morning, is I'm either going to start the show very early compared to normal, which would be about 3 o'clock, or we're just going to... No, you got it right, Mrs. Smoothie. It's Wed Walrus. Wed Walrus. Not Wed Walrus. Wed Walrus. So what we're going to try to do Saturday is we're going to start the show hopefully about 3 o'clock. It's only going to probably run about 5 hours at most. Unlike normally when we start about 5, we try to run about 11:30. So we're going to run it short Saturday. Like I said, I just have no way around this. They tried to get me to come in Saturday morning, and I'm like, nope, can't do that. Oh, mat hours. Wait, the mat hours would be from happy hour till 9 p.m., right? Those are what we call the mat hours, because that's when you have to deal with the traffic. No, actually, officially, at least around here, you have to start dealing with traffic about 4:30. So it would be from 4:30 till about 7:30. And if there are real idiots on the road, then it's from 4:30 to 9 o'clock. Those are the mat hours. That's all I can say is those are the mat hours. Hey, look at it this way. At least the money's rolling in, right? Uh-oh, I'm getting mail call. Wait. Hey, mail. He's not answering. Because Saturday I've got to, let's see. Saturday I got to prep for the show. I got to try to get at least one international package out, which I am doing a miserable job of, and I am going to admit to that, and I apologize. I got to go get my driver's license, and then I forget what else I had planned Saturday, but I know there was something. No, Mel hasn't answered the phone call yet. Just so you know. Sorry, I had to do it. It was like a very bad joke, and you know me, I love bad jokes and very old jokes. And so yeah, like I said, Saturday's going to be a little different. Like I said, we'll probably we're going to try to start about 3ish, but depending on how long it takes me at the DMV and everything, or I can't even officially call it a DMV. It depends on how long it takes me at the license center. To get the driver's license taken care of Saturday. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get things started fairly quickly today. As we are looking for our 4-letter word of the day. For those of you that have never seen the 4-letter word, it is very simple. We are looking for that one word that goes right down the center of the board, that reads from top to bottom. Each letter completes the appropriate word going across the board. So for instance, if you think the 4-letter word is cold, and I'll just use Siri's guess at cold table, that would be skit, S-C-I-T, Kiro, slam, and med. Don't think those make up I think only one of those actually make up a legitimate word. But you never know. You never actually know what the 4-letter word is. We have used names. We have used proper names. We have used foreign-ish words. And so on and so forth. So we are looking for the 4-letter word that goes right down the center of the board in the 15-minute timer. And like I said, we're trying to get things going pretty quick tonight just to get it going. Just because the 9 o'clock endings are killing me, because it's pretty much I go upstairs, I grab food, and I'm trying to wolf through food and be in bed by 9:30. Doesn't work. Doesn't work, because it never fails, because I'm sitting there and I'm like watching TV or watching a movie, and I'm like, all right, one more, and so on and so forth. So yeah, for those of you that have never been here before, these type of puzzles are basically to get a shot at the vault. If you can get the vault, there's a mystery prize that has been set aside that you can actually win. And that mystery prize could be pretty much anything. It could be, it's usually one of our larger prizes. Well, it's always one of our larger prizes. It just depends on what we decide to put away in the vault. Like I said, I've got at least 3 vault prizes that still need to be shipped out, or 2 vault prizes. Walrus has 1 and Flutter's got 1. I think this is the first vault post Flutter. So yes, I still have it, Flutter. I just haven't been able to ship it yet. Like I said, I've been working paycheck to paycheck pretty much. And because I'm working paycheck to paycheck, the thing that always seems to fall down the budget list is the shipping. And it will get out eventually, that I do promise. I'm trying to think of what else I'm forgetting to say. And like I said, I'm still waiting for more. Yeah, the one about where I was supposed to be shipping it to, yes, I did get that. And I still need to smack Mark over the head. He was in here on Saturday doing one of the lists, and I told him to make sure he stuck around because I had to give him a new large prize, because one of the prizes that he had won had already been claimed. And he leaves. I get a message on Instagram the very next day. And it basically says, oh, did you need to give me something? And I'm like, am I just talking to hear myself talk? I mean, if I am, that's fine. I can do that a lot. I do that a lot during every show. But it was like, okay, what am I missing here? What is I missing here? Yeah, but the moment we saw him, it's like, Mark, you got to stick around because I got to give away. I got to have you pick new prize. And he still didn't hang around. So it's like, all right, dude, I'm revoking that prize, plain and simple. It's basically a week and a half. It's one of those where, like, if you guys win something and you don't send me your mailing address within a couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, you must not want it. It goes back into the prize pile. And I'm like, all right, that's fine by me. Fine by me. Somebody else will appreciate what we give you or give them. And it leaves the prize pile collection filled in the process. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for that 4-letter word right down there. And it reads from top to bottom. So for instance, if you think that word is hell, then the first word is basically a type of excrement. The second word is cure. Then we have slam and meld. Legitimate, all legitimate 4-letter words to produce the word hell. But that is not the 4-letter word that we are looking for. That is not the 4-letter word that we are looking for. And I told you guys, we are family friendly. There are certain words we don't say on air. Take George Carlin's 7 words, and unless I am just in a really bad mood or it makes a perfect joke for a punchline, I don't say them. I refuse to say them. I still need to find a frickin' needle. I want to pump this up to see if it's worth shipping out as a prize. Because we got the Indianapolis Colts football. I gotta find a needle so I can pump this thing up and get it going. I got like a couple of prizes from Yoda I still have to put in the prize pile. I still haven't gotten around to fixing the dolphins, which I really, really need to do. So wait a minute, we got Hell and then we got Pope. There's a punchline waiting to be made there. There really is. It's basically Gunner looks at Flutter, he sees the horns and he thinks hell. Flutter sees Gunner, and she sees the halo and the what's the word I'm thinking of? The aura, and she goes, "Pope." Sounds backwards. It really does sound backwards, doesn't it? Nope, it's off at the moment, Sari. It's off at the moment. I haven't turned it on yet. It'll get turned on at some point. I think I accidentally turned it off. At the moment. Tell you this is a challenge for you guys to figure out when I actually turn it on. And I still got all those Star Wars plates I need to put in the prize pile, which I haven't gotten around to doing yet. I think those are the only things around here that are due to go in the prize pile that I haven't put in. Oh, and the Napoleon Dynamite pieces. I haven't put those in the prize pile yet. Those are about the only 11 things that are not in the prize pile right now, I think. Because I think Paddington's in there. I haven't checked that one in a while. And a few of the smalls that Yoda sent. So those I still have to do. And like I said, I still have to figure out how to repair this with the 2 dolphins that came off. And Yoda, I know you're not here, but I'll give you a word of advice. When you package something like that, you can wrap it up, but if it's not stationary when you wrap it up, outside the post office is not going to treat it well. I'm just telling you on that one. I have learned that the hard way many a times, although I still hadn't figured out how they broke the statue I sent Show. because I know that one had peanuts, wrapping, popcorn, plastic, and everything. I still haven't figured out how they broke that one. That one I'm still trying to figure out how they broke it. But if the post office can find a way, they will break your packages. Guaranteed. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's why the trick is always to put like an Amazon type label. Because Amazon does not like having their packages broke. Shut up, Sari. Because and I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that Amazon will pretty much rip into the post office if
Sorry, I don't know that
Oh,
one.
Flutter, not you, silly. That's what I forget what she's got my damn Echo named as. I forget. It's either Siri or computer or Amazon or something like that. I forget. But the 4-letter word that we were looking for was a plea. P-L-E-A. No, I did not change able today. I'm trying to figure out what I need to change able to. For those of you guys that don't know, it's a running joke that we couldn't figure out where the able bot came from until like a couple of weeks ago, and then the moment I found it, it was basically I changed it. Because it used to be, if you typed in the word able, it would say you'd win a shot at the vault. And we went through every bot we could think of till we felt ooh, pardon me, nice hiccup. Till we found out Restream has its own bot that I totally forgot about. And so now the Restream bot, if you type in the word able by itself, you get shot at. Alright, so with that, Flutter could add to her vault collection. Ironically, Flutter only has like one prize in her prize pile, and it is a vault prize. So ironically, she could have a 2-prize vault pile. So with that, Flutter, we need you to pick one of the 4 rows, white, blue, or green, that we are removing an incorrect number from. Let's see, how many numbers do we have left? We have 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we are almost to the point where the wheels vault shot gets removed. Alright, and coming out of row 2, we lose a 5. So with that, Flutter, we need the 4-digit number that you think is opening the vault tonight. We are going to go 7, 9, 6, 1. Turn off that for the moment. And reset that timer. We plug that into the computer. And much like Dream House, although we do not give away a Dream House, we press the little red button. And we hear another sad, sad, sad trombone. So it is not 7961. All right, so with that, we're going to jump over to the next screen. Save that so it's out of the way. shrink that, so that's out of the way, and I have the next word ready for tonight. And we jump over to the list. And we set that for 30 minutes like we always do for the first list. Now, as though you guys usually need it, you speed typing demons. And I get the old school chart ready. Yeah, we still do things on pen and paper around here just because it's the way it works. Ah! And my notebook just went flying because Napoleon Dynamite didn't want to be covered in a notepad. Bear with me. Alright, there we go. So, tonight's first list, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be honest, it's all word puzzles tonight for the lists. So for the very first list of the night, we are looking for lawful phrases. We are looking for words and phrases that contain the word law in them. That's all that is required for this puzzle for this evening. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the timer for the law list starts now. And for those of you that have never seen the list, it is very simple. We put up a word or phrase, and every word or phrase on the list is basically Family Feud without the points. So for instance, above the law is a valid phrase, but it is not one of the phrases that we are looking for. And Flutter is starting us off with I fought the law and the law won. So Flutter on the board first. And Murphy's Law is definitely there for Sari. Mother-in-law not there. Father-in-law, Johnny Law, the in-law, sister-in-law, all good, but not what we are looking for. Take the law into your own hands. I've been known to do that. And ironically, I put this list together finally after working as long as I have at a tech center for law firms. You guys are gonna force me to like put the slow mode back on. I really think that. I'm seeing what's left. Okay, I check it to see what is left on the board. And I am going to say, I'm going to be generous and say number 5. I don't think anybody will get. I honestly don't. There's no law against it, but there should be, as they say. There's no law against it, so it's like it's scary to think what's going on at Sari's house. Unwritten law, voting into law. I will say one person was kind of close on number 9. I'm not going to say who. I will say one person was close on number 9. Law enforcement, log arm of the law, which is basically a lumberjack cop, I guess. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all night and I sleep, or sleep all night and work all day, or something like that. Oh, Sea Chicken stealing one from Walrus. Oh, no he didn't. No he didn't. I've given one away, kind of. Because Walrus typed the same thing a little bit earlier, Sea Chicken. My word is I am the law. Wait. I don't have a face mask. I can't do Judge Dredd. Dang it. I need a face mask so I can do Judge Dredd. I am the law. And it doesn't work. Doesn't quite work, does it? So we are looking for will be held against you in the court of law. Coleslaw would actually work. Coleslaw, I think I'm trying to think of coals would actually be a word. No, then it would just be, I am the law. Besides which, I can do the gravelly voice on occasion, just not at the moment. I am the law. Nah, it still doesn't work. I can't get the gravelly voice tonight. I cannot get the gravelly voice tonight. No, see, I think coal is coal law in plural or in single. So I don't think coals would actually work. I don't think coals would actually work on this one. Now, Gunner, you gotta remember, all the letters you put together have to make a word in themselves. So, NC Lippings, Nick Clippings doesn't work. Now, if you can come up with like a lawn, I'm trying to think. Lawn air? That would give you N-A-I-R? That might work. I'm trying to think of one. Lawn. I'm trying to think of a word that would actually work with lawn right now. Lawn of... Nope, I don't think that one works either. I mean, there's probably one that does, but I can't think of it. Hello, Mr. Bros. What is good, my friend? Flutter, you got my permission to hit him again? Just take the spike and just right through the middle. So again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are joining us, welcome to List Rich. We are the one, the only live interactive game show where you guys basically try to win prizes. And we're not talking about Steam cards, we're not talking about game cards, we're talking about actual physical prizes, such as what you see right here behind us. or part of what you see right there behind us. You guys can't actually see the sign at the moment because it's over by Marvin. I need to find a way to get the, like I said, I gotta find a way to get the Riddler sign and the Listwitz sign in the same scene. That's what I've got to figure out. Oh, Sea Chicken and getting number 8. It's the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law, exactly what we are looking for. So we are down to 4 items left. And you guys have gone through 6 of them in less than 10 minutes, which is actually longer than normal. Usually we get down to like 1 with about 21 minutes left. Now, see, Lucy Lawless would actually count, but she is not up there. Oh, I missed one. I missed Delves. I'm sorry, Delve. I did not mean to miss you. We lay down the law. It's what your parents always say. It's what I should do to some of you people at times. Just lay down the law. And say no prizes. But we don't do that. Alright, so we are down to 3. We are down to 3. And again, one of these somebody was close to. One of these somebody was close to. But again, I am not going to tell you who. A law unto yourself. Basically, when you think you can do whatever you want, you get the law unto yourself. Now, bros, you missed my very, very bad Judge Dredd impression. You missed my very bad Judge Dredd impression. I need a Judge Dredd mask. That's what I need. No. Your word is not law, Garner. We already know it's Fluttersworth that is law around you. And in the studio, my word is law. Like I said, I personally think number 5 will beat you guys. But we will see. I personally think number 5 will beat you guys. The only other one I thought might beat you is number 2, which is A Law Unto Yourself. Everything else I think was gettable. So we are looking for 2 last law phrases. All right, Gunner, we're going to smack you over the head. You have to remember that whatever goes with law has to make up a word. Your, while it's a very good slang down south, why, you're just the cutest thing. Your does not count as a word. Oh, red's in everybody's head, Sarah. You should know that by now. Yeah, like I said, Mark, give us some time. We got to go through the list first, and then once we're through the list, then we will deal with replacing the Black Panther pop. Like I said, the Black Panther pop apparently I had already given away, and either I had given it away or it was one I kept for myself because I've got one. And I honestly can't remember if it was one I kept for myself and just left and goofed and put it in the prize pile instead. I don't even know where my Black Panther top is right now. Because I think that's one that I actually originally kept I need to start resetting all my pops because they keep falling over. So again, we are down to 2 law phrases. And like I said, I've had some people that have been very, very close on number 9. Like I said, right now nobody's been close to number 5. Absolutely nobody has been close to number 5. See, I need to put the Riddler pops together. Give me a second while you guys are getting your guesses in. Canon law, lawman, law in order, or in Walrus's case, because he can't type out full words, law and order. Lawbringer. I like the Lawbringer one. That one's like nice and simple, but it's like one that just fits. Tell him I'm coming and I'm bringing hell with me. With the Lawbringer, or was it Lawgiver? No, it was Lawbringer. That was what he called the gun in Tombstone, right? Lawbringer? I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I think he called the gun Lawbringer. Alright, so we are looking for number 5 and number 9. And like I said, if you look back in the chat, there have been a few people that were close to what we were looking for on number 9. And as of yet, nobody has come up with number 5. Okay. Let him be take care. Let him be take care. Let him be take care by the. With full age won't work. Matrix. Again, for those of you that don't know, when we do. Why am I getting notifications now? I don't know. I have to go back and check. We are looking. When you put a word with the law, you have to come up with full words. Now you can break them up into different spots. Ah, Sari finally catching on and waiting for a while to claim the wheel shot. So with that, we put a pause on the timer. And Sari gets no prize on the wheel. It comes up all pink. Around here, pink is not a good thing on the wheel. Three laws of... See, now that would be really good if you could put SOF together to make an actual word out of that. That would be a great one to use. That would be an absolutely fantastic one to sneak in. But, S-O... I'm trying to see if... I'm trying to think. Well, actually, you could say so, fro, but you can't come up with botics. So, fro, botic. That doesn't work. That was a very, very good one. And if I was doing laws or laws, and as in plural, I would have definitely put that one in there. So again, we are looking for 2 last law phrases. And again, just so you guys know, and I do give out hints occasionally, number 9, a lot of people were close on an early phrase. And I mean they were really close. They were off by 1 word. Hello, show. How are we doing? But ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are joining us, welcome to Listwits. We are the only live interactive game show where you guys are the contestants and you guys actually can win actual physical prizes. Some of them are larger prizes, some of them are smaller prizes. For the list, it's always the smaller prizes that we give away. And you could get a shot at the vault. And for those of you that have never seen the vault, it's very simple. We have 4 rows of 10 numbers from 1 to 0. And 4 of those numbers make up a combination. There is only one 4-digit combination that is capable of opening the vault. Land of Law, brother-in-law. Oh, Trans got it. I almost missed it. Trans with Law of the Land. I was not going to take jungle because there is an actual phrase. It is Law of the Jungle. So we were actually looking for Law of the Land, not Law of the Jungle. Like I said, you guys, I had a few people that were close. A lot of people went with the obvious Law of the Jungle one. But the one we were specifically looking for was Law of the Land. But yeah, guys, like I said, welcome to Listwits. And like I said, we are basically a game show. We're a throwback to many of your game shows that you used to watch on television. Or at least you could if you grew up in the right generation or the right country. I really wish game shows would make a return into the United States. I really, really do. And what we do is we basically give away nerdy collectibles. Anything from Star Wars to DC to Marvel to Pops to figures to die-cast cars to this, that, and the other thing. And again, there are no obligations. It's basically, if you win them, I ship them to you at no cost to you. Yeah, we take donations, but like I said, we do try to gloss over that as fast as we can. And like I said, I've got prizes that are going out to Australia. I got a ton of prizes going to Canada. I have them going to Scotland, England, the Netherlands. Who am I forgetting? Australia, Netherlands, Scotland, England, Canada, and I have shipped stuff out to Belgium, Germany, and I think that's it at the moment. I think that's it. I'm trying to remember. I'm drawing a blank. Yep, just in time for the Canadian Post strike that you guys have, like, what, once a year? Because I think it was either Red or HBK basically had won something. And it was HBK, actually. And HBK just literally told me, don't even try to ship it right now. So I literally had to hold on to his prize for a month and a half. And this was back when I could actually afford to send stuff on a regular basis. And he's like, don't send it for a month at least. Because if you send it and it comes to Canada, it's either going to be stuck in a post office where it's going to get lost, or they're going to intentionally break packages. That's what he told me. Was they either intentionally broke packages or it was going to get buried and lost. Alright, I will tell you, there was one person that's been reasonably close to number 5. Only one person. I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say which phrase, but I did see one guess that was reasonably close to what we were looking for. And then, like I said, after this, uh, since Mark is here, we're going to try to get Mark his replacement prize for the Black Panther pop. And like I said, that's bugging me because now I don't even know where it is. So I'm thinking it had to have gotten shipped out somewhere. It had to have gotten shipped out somewhere. I just don't know where. Because if I kept it, it's going to be in one or two places. It's either up here or it's over here. And like I said, because there's my Black Panther up here. Now I'm trying to figure out where the other Black Panther went. See, I'm thinking the cat, because the cat likes climbing on the shelves. I'm thinking if I still have it somewhere here, the cat pretty much got a hold of it and like sent it flying into hiding. But I think it went out. I seriously think it went out somewhere. But yeah, Mark, because like I said, you took off and I'm like, I got a problem. And then you came back Saturday and I'm like trying to get you to stay through one list so I can get you the replacement one. And you took off again. And it was like, I'm going to beat you over the head. I'm going to borrow Flutter's shoe with the big spiked heel, and it's going right there. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to double check for you. 1 minute. Yep, he's definitely not where I would have left. He's definitely not there. So I definitely must have shipped that out to somebody. And I have no idea who it got shipped to. So again, we are looking for one last loft raise. And again, only one person has been close. Only one person has actually been close to this phrase. And like I said, this is the one I figured was going to be the hard one. Oh, I like that one. I like that movie quote. What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law. Yep, list these laws. Don't start until the timer begins. That's our one rule. Well, actually, we got a few rules. That's just one I like push more than any of the others. So again, guys, for those of you that are just here, the Saturday episode, we're going to be scrambling to do because I want to start it earlier than normal. And the reason I got to start it earlier than normal is because I want to try to do a full episode, but I got to go to work Sunday morning. I got to be in the office at 8 o'clock Sunday morning. Which means I can't run a late game show on Saturday. But Saturday I also have to go do my driver's license, and I have to try to get one of my international packages out. So it's literally, I'm going to be up like early Saturday. This is like after I'm bowling and have had a few drinks at the bowling alley, which will make it even worse. Get the package sealed, get it to the post office, get out of the post office, get over to the license office, then come back and try to have a game ready within a few hours. Yeah, you guys, I basically, I cram as is to get a Saturday evening show in. Can you imagine what I'm going to be like trying to pull one off on Saturday afternoon? It's going to be a nightmare. I really think it's going to be a nightmare. All right, so we are down to about a minute and a half, actually a minute 50 for the last of the law phrases. Lessness. Now, see, Lucy Lawless works. So you got Lucy and you got less. I don't think lessness is actually going to work. Unless you go less and then any S's. But we don't do abbreviations. We don't do abbreviations. Law of the Streets. I like that one. I like Law of the Street. That's a good one. And the funny thing was, let's see. I thought about doing a list of movies that starred professional wrestlers yesterday. Because I got done watching Boone the Bounty Hunter again. And then I didn't know John Morrison actually did another one. It's called like Sinbad and the Three Fates or something like that. And I'm like, I wonder how many movie starring wrestlers there were. You know, well, you can do a bunch of Hulk Hogan ones, but we always like to try to vary them up, so it's like one per. So I came up with pick any Hulk Hogan movie. You pick They Live, obviously. Then I have to get one of John Morrison's, one of John Cena's, one of Randy Orton's. And then I'm like, okay, who else was a famous wrestler that was in a movie? Man in the Moon. Ladies and gentlemen, that means the timer is up. And that means number 5 did not get found. We did not find number 5. And I will say, just to let you know, Walrus, you were the closest. You were actually the closest to number 5 because you included a key word that would have helped. But no, this is not the last list for the night, bros. It's only 5:54. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. But Walrus actually gave me Harvard Law School. And you don't know how close you were, Red. It is not Harvard Law School we were looking for, but rather we were looking for Harvard Law Review. That's what we were actually looking for, was Harvard Law Review. I'd seen Harvard and I saw law and I'm like, oh, he's got it. And I read the last word and it's like, nope, can't give it to you. Cannot give you that one. Like I said, I knew number 5 was going to be the hardest one to find. I really knew it because it was one of the more obscure choices I had. And I can't remember what I was watching that kind of clicked it off. And that was basically what had started this list. Was Law Review. Harvard Law Review is kind of like it's like a review board, and they will actually go back and look at constitutionality of laws and a few other things. It's kind of hard for me to explain. But Harvard Law Review was basically, think of it as a board that literally will go through and pretty much review pretty much any law that's brought to them. Nope, it actually does exist. There have been some very famous presidents of the Law Review. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who I would give you as an example. But they will basically write themes and theses on various laws and stuff. All right, so the one that we are hoping is not holding the prize or the vault is made up by Harvard. Is the Harvard Law Review. So we are going to hopefully erase this and not find anything. And we do not find a prize or a vault shot behind it. So let's see what we got. We got Sari with 5, Flutter with 1, Delve with 1, Sea Chicken with 1, and Trance with 1. Yep, Rob Manfred, who was in the news, was one of them. God, I'm trying to think of the name. There's one that's like sticking in my head, and I can't think of who I'm trying to mention. It's like I can see the face, but I can't think of the name now. And it's going to drive me nuts now. So that means somebody will be getting a small prize, and somebody will be getting a shot at the vault. So with that, we start with possession is 9/10 the law because Sari wants to possess another small prize. Does she do so? No, but she definitely gets the shot at the vault. So Sari will get the shot at the vault. Like I said, sometimes they'll come across as really easy to think of Matrix. And then sometimes there will be a really obscure one that just kind of hangs out there. And is one of those cases where that one just happened to be one of the obscure ones. So by can't do that one. So by Murphy's Law, the rest of Sari should be empty. That's what Murphy's Law says. What's bad will happen. And it is bad because there is no prize for Sari behind Murphy's Law. But by the letter of the law, we got to go through all the Saris first. So let's just find out if the letter of the law wins Sari the small prize. No, it does not. So Sari is down to 2 more chances. So the law of averages says that Sari will not be getting the small prize and someone else will. Let's find out if that is true or not. And Sari breaks the law of averages again, as Sari gets the small prize and the vault shot. And just so we can prove to you guys that they're, and again, for those of you that don't know, this is chosen totally at random. I don't even know which one is the winning slots. Basically, I tell the computer, pick one random spot and put the vault slot behind it. Choose one other random spot and put the prize slot behind it. And in this case, it just happened to be slots 3 and 4. And that means Sari will be getting the treasure slot and the vault shot. So with that, we're going to jump over to the treasure chests. And apparently I closed the treasure chests. Oh, no I didn't. So before we do that though, Sari, Mark, you are still here, right? So before we do the treasure chest for Sari, we got to replace Mark's Black Panther pop. So Mark, whenever you are ready, I need a treasure chest between 1 and 202. And like I say, right now the only things that are in the studio that are not in the prize pile are the Napoleon Dynamite figures and the Star Wars plates. And I'll probably be putting them in before Saturday. Oh, and the vault prize is not in there, obviously. Alright, Delvikins, you have yourself a very, very good karaoke, and sing a song for me like maybe I Fought the Law and the Law won. Sounds like Crystal May. No, it's more based around the old Treasure Hunt game. There was a game that was actually called Treasure Hunt. And what they would do is, back on the studio, they would put about 100 boxes. in one box, they would actually put a check for $10,000. And in all the other ones, they would put in various prizes. Some of them had booby prizes. Some of them had very good prizes. Well, we don't do booby prizes around here for the larges in particular. The larges are pretty much what we find in toy shows and so on and so forth. For instance, and I will give you guys an example. Oh, you're talking about the theme music. No, I can't find the Crystal Maze. I've been trying to find it, but that one I haven't been able to get my hands on yet. But talking about Treasure Hunt, so in like a box, for instance, they would put a ratty old fur that had been chewed and mothballed and everything, and that was literally the prize they would get. Then in another one, they would have a ratty old fur, chewed, mothballed, and everything else, and he would take it out and he would show them that, oh, you got this, and then he would look at the box and he's like, oh, wait a minute. And then he would pull out an actual new mink coat, and that was what she would actually win. All right, so for treasure chest 179 for Mark, he is getting... Oh, he's getting Batgirl. So instead of Black Panther, Mark will be getting the Batgirl diecast figure. Like I said, and I know Mark, you probably prefer the Black Panther piece, but you're getting probably what I consider some of the better collectibles. So Mark, instead of Black Panther, it is the die-cast Batgirl figure from DC Comics. And this is number M357, which is actually the bigger one. That's the taller one. The other ones are like just a little bit shorter. There's like a small version instead. Oh, I know, the microphone doesn't go that far, Trans. It's set up that way intentionally, so if I step away, I have to yell. Because otherwise it like picks up everything. If Bubbles were home upstairs, it would actually pick her up. So congratulations, Mark. That is now yours. Like I said, instead of the Black Panther piece. I was sitting there looking at it like I got a lot of series stuff in a box. I don't do chili for lunch. I was sitting there like I've got a box with Sari's name on it, and the usual pile where I put Sari stuff is actually Twisted stuff. So I was like, wait a minute now, I'm confusing myself. Alright, so congrats, Mark. That is your replacement piece for the Black Panther one that we don't have. And with that, Sari, now it is your turn, my dear. As we need a treasure chest between 1 and 200. But yeah, I would love to get my hands on the Crystal Music theme song off of the internet. But it's one of those cases where it's one of the few ones I haven't been able to find on my usual site. Alright, so for Sari, in treasure chest number 20, Sari, you will be getting, my dear, one of the small prizes, which is the I Love Trouble comics. So Siri will be getting the I Love Trouble comics. And what this is actually a complete set, I think. 1 minute, because I gotta find the comic file. And I think this was one of those that Nerdy had sent, and there was actually one missing, so I actually went out and bought the one to replace it. Nope, that is not part of it. But this is the I Love Trouble comic series. And as I recall, it was actually missing. Actually, I think what it was Nerdy had sent me the first 3 out of it. And I happened to be in the comic book shop. And I think my favorite cover is actually number 3. Yeah, it was actually number 3. I love the cover for this one. It's just so, like, empty. And the cover actually shows it. Because there's not a lot on there other than the empty hallway. And it's like, hello, hello. And so he had actually sent me these 3. And I happened to be in the comic book shop. Oh, and he had sent me number 6. I think he had sent me 1, 2, 3, and 6. And I happened to be in the comic book shop, and I actually found number 4. And I actually found number 5. And I'm like, dude, I'm just going to put 1 through 6 together. And so this is from Image Comics. And this will be going to Siri. It's going in her box. And I gotta find my backing so I can put the backing in there to keep it from trying to prevent it from getting bent. So Siri, you are getting the first 6 members of the I Love Trouble comic book series. So that will be going to you, my dear. And I'm going to put those back in the box so they cannot be damaged. Well, they can be if no one our post offices, but usually comics end up in pretty good shape once I get the backings on them. And I tape them up and seal them and everything else, so I love trouble. Or as people say to Siri, I hate that you get all the prizes from it. So, with that, like I said, tonight we're going to try to do something. Oh, we still got to do the vault for Siri. So with that, Siri, you get to pick one of the rows that we are going to remove an incorrect number from. And while you are doing that, I am going to go remove Batgirl from the prize list. Dun, 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 dun. And Siri says she wants one out of the green row, which we can do. comics out. And the I Love Trouble comics have been removed. And then we get back over to the vault. And we take one out of the green row for Sari. And that means the last number in the combination is not a 3. So, Sari, what 4-digit number would you like to try that you think is opening the vault tonight? And we are down to... Alright, Sari says the combination to the vault is 7, 9, 8, 4. There we go. 7984. We plug that into the computer. We press the button. And do we hear another sad trombone? We hear another sad trombone. Which means the combination to the vault is not 7984. And with this, folks, like I said, tonight we're going to try to do something a little different. So what we're going to do is give me 1 minute as I want to check something. Okay. So tonight we're going to try to do a little trivia. And what I decided tonight was we are going to try to get 10 players to participate in a Thursday night trivia game, which means we are looking to give away a very large prize. So, what I figured was we have 2 possibilities for this. We can do one more list, where if you get a list item, you are one of the 10 players. But once you get a list item, you no longer can guess at the list, or we can just go for 10 players that are interested in participating. So, we're going to leave it up to you guys. How would you like to do this? Well, the large prizes are like Mark got, which is the DC bombshell for the die-cast metal. So I'm going to leave this up to you guys. Do you guys want to do it where we do one list, and if you get a list item, you qualify, or you can give away your slot, or we can do it with one where we just pick, we have 10 volunteers come out of the crowd. Well, see, that's not my fault, Gunner. That's not my fault. And like I said, the list is not going to be hard. At least I don't think it is. But you never know. Well, oh, I do have one that's kind of my lists are kind of tougher than I would think. Give me a minute, because I'm gonna see if I've got a easier list to use. So give me 1 second. Do I have this open? I do not have this open at the moment. I do have what I consider some really easy lists. Alright, so what we will do is and again, if we don't get all 10, I can run this with less than 10, but 10 is my optimum number. Or I should say optimal number. Did I say optimum number? I know, I can't speak of the English anymore. I am very, very bad about that. Alright, so let me find one of my really easy ones. That's fair to everybody. All right, I got one. We've got an easy one here. So bear with me 1 second, because what it's going to take is I'm going to have to do a reload of my list. So give me 1 second to do this. Like I said, I will guarantee you this list is a breeze. So let me close out the list here. Now again, if you get one of the items on the list, you get no more guesses. So that's how this is going to work. If you don't get one of them, you can keep guessing. All right, so it's basically the 10 people that get one of these 10 items. And like I said, I'm going to tell you guys, you'll blow through. You guys should blow through this in pretty much no time. And the 10 people that can name a traffic sign will basically get to participate in the next game. And we're going to put the timer in here, even though I don't think we're going to actually need it. All right, so we got Trance at 1. Merge for Flutter. So Trance and Flutter, you do not have any more guesses you guys even have to worry about. Sari is in. 1, 2, 3. Do Not Enter is not there. Dead End. Matrix is in with no left turn. Alright, so we've had Stop, Merge, Yield, No Turn on Red, Roadwork Ahead, Child at Play. So right now, Trance is qualified, Flutter's qualified, Sari's qualified, and Matrix is qualified. And again, so you guys actually do not have to play. Gunner, I'm going to give you School Zone. I would have taken School Zone or School Crossing. So Gunner is in at number 5. I will say there is probably only really one that's harder than the rest. Maybe 2. Nope, no turn on red is not there, bros. No, we are actually looking for signs, little French lady. They are signs, so there is no traffic lights, no flashing yellows. So yes, area trance and so on. If you guys guess and get it, I'm not gonna say anything, and somebody can steal them from you. So Siri, Matrix, Flutter, Trance, Gunner, you guys, if you guys guess and get it, it's gonna stay covered. So we definitely got 5 so far that are in. We can have up to 5 more. Dead end, not there. Death area, don't think that's there. Matrix trying to give you guys a little help, hopefully, with one way, which may or may not be up there. Speed limit. And if we get too close to the end, I will throw some definite hints up there. So again, guys, if you get one of the items on the list, you're one of my 10 players for the trivia game tonight, in which we will give away a larger prize. And again, normally I don't do prizes on big prizes on Thursday, but because my Saturday, Matrix said that, Gunner. Because my show on Saturday is going to be a little iffy as to what we do, I figured tonight we're actually going to do one trivia game. Hello, Chrissy. What's good? Crosswalk. Yeah, I think crosswalk will count as a sign. So again, so far qualified. Trance is player 1. Flutter is player 2. Siri is player 3. Matrix is 4. Gunner is 5. So if you guys see a guess from them, you guys can actually jump in and repeat it and try to get it. Rose in at number 6. No U-turn actually there. So we're looking for 4 more traffic signs. So we add Bros to the one where if he guesses it, I won't uncover it. And if you guys want to repeat what they say, you can try it and see if it works. Yep, Merge was already taken. Flutter got that one red. Stormtroopers at work. Stormtroopers walking into doorways. So we got 4 more. And again, Trance Bros, Matrix, Siri, Gunner, and Flutter are in. So if they give you a item on the list and I don't pick it, or I don't reveal it, it's because somebody can steal it or borrow it. I know, it's like I've got chicken upstairs and right. Ooh, keep guessing. I gotta go turn my rice cooker up. I almost forgot. Turtle Crossing not there. No parking not there. Well, let's see. I will say that at least 3 of these were named by somebody who's already gotten one. At least 3. There's only one that's not been gotten. Let's see. I know Trance gave at least 1, Rose gave 1, and Matrix gave 1. And there's 1 that nobody's given yet, just to let you know. So if you haven't qualified yet, no driving like an idiot, spoil sport. So Matrix is definitely giving you guys 1 of these. Rose is actually giving you 1, and Trance is giving you 1 of them. And again, whoever gets the last 4 items on the list will qualify for the trivia game we're doing tonight, and we are going to give away a large prize out of the trivia game. And the reason I wanted to do it with a list is because the number will sort of matter. Nope, not toll road, not mile marker, not no parking, not dead end. No sharks with laser. I've actually seen that sign on Instagram, I think. Because somebody said it actually means no fishing for sharks, I think. But everybody says, nope, it's no sharks with laser beams. I've seen that one, actually. I'll even tell you, speed limit's not up there, Trance. So again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, this is your chance to actually compete to win a slot in one of our trivia games where we will be giving away a large prize. And this may be one where I don't have you choose the treasure chest. This may be one where I actually choose the prize. I'm debating on that. I am debating on that one. And we're going to bump this down. Whoop. We're going to actually bump this down to 7 minutes. If I could type. It doesn't want to reset. So when our timer gets to 12, I don't know why it doesn't want to reset at the moment. So again, if you guys want a chance to compete in a trivia game and can actually win prizes such as, I'm gonna pick just something out of here just to kind of draw people's attention in. You could win from the Ertl collection. You could win the Blue Angel set. Oh, Chrissy, you are on the board. Railroad Crossing is actually there. So Chrissy is in at number 7. You could win You could win Bluto from Animal House. Actually, you know what I probably should give away? I know what I probably should choose. You could win from the Hamilton Plate Collection. You could win a Star Wars Collector's Plate, one of the gold-rimmed ones. Well, what do you like, Matrix? What do you actually like? I've actually got like about 7 of the Ertl planes, for instance. We have the Tornado. She likes the Red Arrow. I haven't been able to find a Red Arrows one. I actually went looking for one after I got the Blue Angels one. I can't find the Red Arrow. I'll show you one of my favorites, and that's just because I'm a space geek. Among many other things. We have the Fighter Squadron set. I don't know, Trance. We definitely got at least 10 in. We definitely got at least 10 in. But because I am a space geek, this one is actually one of my favorite Ertl ones. That is the Space Shuttle with the removable satellite. That is one of my favorites. But, for instance, if you are not a die-cast plane fan, you might be a Star Wars fan. Ta-da! That is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. I've actually never opened this, believe it or not, because it's still been taped. I've never actually opened this. Trying to find something we can. Yeah, just to give you guys an example, I think these are in the largers, even though they're smaller prizes. For instance, we got the Micro Bust from Masters of the Universe, or Stratos. So yeah, Matrix, what do you like? I'm curious. Yep, that's the one from episode 2, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, we got 7. So, and that's it. That's if we can keep Gunner around. So what I'm going to do is, when that timer hits 10 minutes, we will actually do the trivia game for tonight. And like I said, we're doing trivia tonight because, again, Saturday is kind of in the air as to what I'm doing. Oh, Matrix. Yeah. All right, well, this will make you happy. We have, from Series 2, we got Trinity. There we go. And from Series 1, we actually have Neo. Sari actually has the Agent Smith one in the box over there that I'm not going to go pull out. But yeah, it was one of those, that happened to be one of those lucky finds where I'm at the toy show and the guy had Trinity, Neo, and Agent Smith, and I'm like, I could never find Matrix stuff or good Matrix stuff to give away. So I literally picked up all 3 of them. And I'm like, dude, I'm claiming them. I'm claiming them. All right, so we are down to about 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. So the question is, are we going to add more than our 7 players? But yeah, it's like people have asked me to find Dragon Ball Z stuff, which is like near impossible to find affordable for this show. But I'm one of these people where it's like, I like the oddball stuff more than anything. So when for instance, the Animal House figures, I actually found 3 of them, and I picked up all 3. There were the 3 Napoleon Dynamite figures. The Matrix figures were like I said, I never see those, and that was like, damn, I'm getting those. I am not a Dragon Ball Z fan. I get that people love it, but they basically want too much for Dragon Ball Z toys and collectibles. To give you an example, there was a figure, and there was only like one guy that had anything that was Dragon Ball Z related. He had a 6-inch figure that was drive anything from Lost in Space. Only in the smalls, believe it or not, Gunner. I've got the robot, Danger Will Robinson, and I've got some Lost in Space cards somewhere. I had, but I think it got given away, one Judy Robinson figure. I think one Judy Robinson figure to do. And like I said, you guys, if there's something you guys want me to go looking for, I will go looking for it. Like I said, I have been looking for Dragon Ball Z stuff to give away, and I've only ever had one Dragon Ball Z item, which actually was a Happy Meal toy. And I have no clue who I sent it to. I have no clue who I sent the Dragon Ball Z Happy Meal toy to. I want to say it went to Walrus, but I'm not sure. I am not sure in that one at all. But yeah, like I said, so and I'll give you an example of why I hate trying to get Dragon Ball Z figures. Alright, and I'm going to use the one that nerdy, I'm going to use the toy, the collectible, I keep saying toy, I keep meaning to say collectible. This is one that Nerdy had sent me in the box that I was keeping for myself, because I am a huge Martian Manhunter fan. If you go to a toy store or a toy show, you can find these type of collectibles about this size, if you're really lucky, for like 10 bucks, 10, 11 bucks. Well, at the same show, they had Dragon Ball Z figures that were smaller than this. They were like about 6 inches. That were like 30 bucks. And I'm like, I am not spending 30 bucks for what would be a moderate size price. Not happening. Alright, so who is left in the channel that is interested in a game slot? Because we are at 10 minutes. So again, right now the qualifiers are Trance Bros, Matrix Sari, Gunner, Chrissy, and Flutter. And what we're going to do is, if there are 3 more people before we get started, we'll add them. But the 3 signs you guys did not get, because I missed the timer, was, and again, Matrix got this one, which was One Way. Bros got Railroad Crossing. Trance actually got Slippery When Wet. And yes, it is an actual sign. The one that nobody got was Two-Way Traffic. The one nobody got was Two-Way Traffic. Alright, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do at this point is we're going to do an actual trivia game tonight for a Thursday show. And let me get to it. And there was a reason I wanted to do it with the list, because what we are going to be playing is the game of number one. The goal of this game is plain and simple: to end up being the number one player on the list. To play this game is very simple. We're just going to show you trivia questions. Your position in the list is defined by where you got your list item. Okay? So, let me set the podiums up. And let's see. So, Trance had slot number 1. Flutter had slot number 2. Sari had slot number 3. Oh, dang it. I just goofed. Hold on. I made one mistake. Alright, so. Set podiums. Let's. Alright, let's try that again. So we got to pull the file. So Trance is in slot number 1. That means Trance has a big target on his back. Flutter is in slot number 2. Sari is in slot number 3. Matrix is in slot number 4. Gunner is in slot number 5. Rose is in slot number 6. Chrissy is in slot number 7. So we're looking for 3 more. I'm going to give you guys a chance to, if you are on the channel and want to participate, speak up now, and I will take the next 3 people who volunteer. You're confused, bros. Why are you confused? I haven't even gotten to the rules yet. But your goal is to get to the number 1 slot. So we're going to vote. We're looking for 3 more people. If I don't get 3 more, you can take his turn for him. We're looking for 3 more people to join in. And basically, this is very simple. It is basically fastest answer wins, or gets the question right. And I gotta go find my question file so I have it open. So we are looking for 3 more interested people. If nobody steps up in the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll go with 7 players, which I can do. Well, there are 2 steps to this, bros. There are 2 steps to this. What we will, every question is worth either 1 step, 2 steps, or 3 steps. Okay? So let's just say Chrissy is in slot number 7, and the question's worth 3, and she gets it right. She moves up 3 slots to number 4. Everybody from 4 down moves down a slot. Okay? After a random number of questions, I think it's between 8 and 10, we will have a face-off question. The 2 lowest players on the board. So for at the moment, if a face-off question came up, Rose and Christy would face off in a best of 3. Whoever gets it right moves on. Whoever doesn't get the best out of 3 is out. And then we start over, and it's fastest answer. So let's just say, for instance, that Matrix, it's a 2-point question, and Matrix is in first, but his answer is wrong. He moves down 2. So wrong answers will move you down. So the trick is you want to be first, but you want to be right, or you move down the board. If you get it right, you move up the board. So we're looking for 2 more or 3 more players to volunteer within the next 90 seconds, folks. We're looking for 3 more players to participate. I'm waiting for her to say she wants in. Did she say she wanted in? I saw her say, okay, little French lady is in there. All right, little French lady is in. So we're looking for 2 more. 2 more. We're running out of time. Two more players. That's what we're looking for. Three, two, one. All right, time is up. So we have 8 players in this game. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to mark slot number 9 as a blank, slot number 10 as a blank, and then we're going to get rid of slots number 9 and 10. And it's not removing everything. That's all right. I can live with that. All right, so again, this is how it's going to work. We're going to show you guys a question. First correct answer to the question is basically who we are scoring off of. All right, so it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. It's the first answer that counts. If you get it right, you will go up the board how many spaces the question is worth. If you get it wrong, you're going to go down the board how many spaces it's worth. Now, little French lady is pretty much in slot number 8, so she's the one that has to climb the most. At some point, that face-off board will appear on the screen. The moment that happens, the next 3 questions are only for the bottom 2 players. They basically face off in a best of 3. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, here is the first question as we race to number 1. Oh, don't do this to me, computer. You worked a million times when I was testing you. And my computer froze, or my PowerPoint froze. I swear this thing worked. I tested it and retested it and retested it a million times. Oh, please tell me I opened the right one. Yeah, I definitely opened the right version. Unless I have a bad version there. Let me look. Damn it. You better be working. Damn it. Give me a minute. Damn. Bear with me, guys. Oh, why are you not working all of a sudden? Oh, crud. All right, give me a minute. There is a bug. I have the wrong version open. I have the wrong version open. And I did not realize I had the wrong version. All right. No, not a computer virus. Just I did something really, really stupid. All right, so here is the first question of the board. On which river is the USA's highest concrete dam? On which river is the USA's highest concrete dam? And I'm going to click on the timer. We're going to do 45 minutes because I don't know how long this is going to take. Little French lady says it's the Colorado River. Is it the Colorado River? It is the Colorado River, which means Little French Lady moves up 2 slots, and now Rose and Chrissy are in the danger spot. All right, the next question, ladies and gentlemen, is a 1-point question. And here is the question. You may know that a numismatist collects coins, but a collector of what other item also falls into that category of collectors? A numismatist collects coins, but a collector of what other item also falls into that category? Why are you asking when you see... Why are you asking if it is when you see the answer? Oh, I got to fix something here real quick. Oh, not the border overlay. I need to move the game board up a little bit. There we go. All right, Sari is the first one in. And she says it's stamps. Is it stamps? No, it's actually medals. It's actually medals, which means Sari moves down 1 slot. Matrix moves up a slot. So you see Matrix? Matrix didn't even answer a question yet, and he's already moving up the board. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board is for 3. I gotta skip that one. So the next question on the board is worth 2 points. Because of the West African location where the metal to make them was mined, what term did English people call gold coins? Because of the West African location where the metal was mined, what term did English people call gold coins? Gunner in first and says it's doubloons. Is it doubloons? No, it's guineas. Because they were made in Guinea, Africa. Which means Gunner drops down the board 2 slots. And with that, we got to reset the board to make sure I recover it. The next question on the board. Where in the human body do you find the alveoli? Where in the human body do you find the alveoli? Sari says it's in the lungs. Is it in the lungs? It is indeed in the lungs, which means Sari moves back up a spot on the board. And we reset the board for the next question. According to Greek legend, who cut the Gordian knot? According to Greek legend, who cut the Gordian knot? Sari says it's the Fates. No, Sari's more like, maybe it was the Fates? Was it the Fates? No, it was Alexander the Great. Little French Lady would have had it, but Sari taking that spot away from her. And Sari drops down the board by 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. In which country was actress Angelica Houston born? In which country was actress Angelica Houston born? Sari says it's the United States. Was Angelica Houston born in the United States? Nope. She was actually born in Ireland. She was actually born in Ireland, which means Sari gambling and dropping down the board even further. And we reset the board. And we reveal the next question. That one actually came from a British site. How many visible colors are there in the spectrum when white light is separated? Let me go look. I'll go check. Yep, that one was definitely wrong. That site was definitely wrong on that one. So, we're going to move Sari back up. 1, 2. That one was definitely wrong. I'll blame the British. They apparently claimed her. Little French lady says there are 6 visible colors in the spectrum. There are actually 7. There are 7. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. 7 of them, little French lady. Which means Sari, or little French lady, drops by 1. And we reveal the next question on the board. And why did it stop? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Give me a second. I'm going to check. Why did it stop? Why did it stop? Should not have stopped running. I know we're not out of questions. There we go. It's just being slow. Which mammal constructs a lodge in which to store food, rear young, and pass the winter? Oh, crap. I know what it's doing. Is it a beaver? It is a beaver. And with that, Sari moves to the top of the board. And it's busted again. Son of a... I swear we fixed this. All right, there we go. Damn it. Now, the worst part was I literally went through all 70 questions that were in this. What specific position did football great Jim Brown play? What's got me concerned is it's been sticking with ones. No, there's one bug. It's like I've got an alternate version and a regular version of this. Trance in first says it's running back. His specific position was actually fullback. His actual specific position was fullback. I will not take running back because, again, we were looking for specific. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. In 1939, who described the actions of Russia as a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma? In 1939, who described the actions of Russia as a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma? I wasn't around in 39. Sari says it was Churchill. Was it Churchill? It was Winston Churchill. All right, Sari is at the top of the board, which means nobody moves on that question. And we go to the next question on the board. Now, as you guys will see, this one says number 1. Basically, whoever gets this jumps to the number 1 spot. What is Africa's largest country by area? What is Africa's largest country by area? Little French lady in first and said it's Zaire. Is it Zaire? No, it's the Sudan. The Sudan is actually the largest country by area. And with that, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the first face-off. I got to do the calculations in my head now because apparently I'm gonna test one more thing. So I got to do this. I got to scribble some notes down for this. So, this is a face-to-face between... Sudan is a country all to itself. Let me pull this one up. It is officially the Republic of Sudan, which would make it North Sudan. Officially, North Sudan is Sudan. All right, so Gunner, Chrissy, this is a face-to-face. That means the only two people that can answer this question are Gunner and Chrissy. The first person to get 2 questions correct moves on. The loser is out. So, with that, Gunner, Chrissy, here is question number 1. Once upon a time, U.S. senators were elected by their state assemblies. Which amendment to the Constitution changed that to a present-day popular vote setup? Once upon a time, senators were elected by their state assemblies. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution changed that to a popular vote setup? Give me a minute. Let me go look. You know what? You're right. So the question is, where did that question come from? You know, I didn't think about that. You are right on that, show. That must be a question out of my older file. Gunner says the 12th Amendment. So let's refix that. Well, it wouldn't matter because little French lady went in first and she got it wrong. Oh, Trance calling for a break. And Trance asking for a wheel spin. And with that, Trance gets his whammies back, plus some. Spent 50, he gets 50 back, so we give Trance an extra 100. I keep forgetting I can't do that from there. There we go. I keep forgetting I can't do that from the chat bot. All right, so Gunner said, or no, let's see. Yeah, Gunner said it was the 12th Amendment. The correct answer is the 17th Amendment. So with the miss, Chrissy goes up 1-0. And we reset the board. So Gunner, you got to get this one right or Chrissy takes your spot. Here is the question. Which Canadian pop star was discovered when his mom posted videos of him singing rhythm and blues songs at the age of 12 on YouTube? Now, if you guys can't get this one, I'm going to worry about you. Which Canadian pop star was discovered when his mom posted videos of him singing rhythm and blues songs at the age of 12 on YouTube? Gunner says it is Justin Bieber. Is it Justin Bieber? It is Justin, I hate you so much, Canada Bieber. All right, so that means Gunner is at 1. Chrissy is at 1. It is time for the toss-up question between the two. The art attractions of Britain's National Gallery at London can be found at what battle-named location? The art attractions of Britain's National Gallery at London can be found at what battle-named location? No, he's still a world problem. He's still a world's problem. So again, this question is for Gunner and Christy. The art attractions of Britain's National Gallery at London can be found at what battle-named location? The scary part is I've got like 2 sets of questions here. I gotta fix that one. Somehow I ended up with like 2 entirely different sets of questions for the same game. So Gunner and Chrissy, the art attractions of Britain's National Gallery at London can be found at what battle-named location? Problem is, I think we lost Chrissy. I think we lost Chrissy because she's not showing up on my list. Which means that by default, I'm going to have to give it to Gunner. Because Chrissy is not showing up on any of my chat lists. It was indeed Trafalgar. I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think I lost him. Did I say she? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to what I said. Because I was looking at my list and it's like, uh-oh, somebody's gone. Which means we are eliminated Chrissy from the board. All right, so with that, we go to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. This impertinent young man once had nothing better to do than stand around snapping whips. This impertinent young man once had nothing better to do than standing around snapping whips. I don't know. I don't pay attention to what I say. You guys know me better than that. Oh, crud. I have no idea where this question actually came from. Yeah, I do. This impertinent young man. Little French lady says it's whippersnapper. And it is a whippersnapper. So with that, little French lady moves up one. And we go to the next question on the board. Which American commander reached the North Pole at his 6th attempt in 1909? Oh, I know why I'm confusing myself, because which American commander reached the North Pole at his 6th attempt in 1909? It was Sir Robert F. Peary. And Sari's still at the top of the board. And we go to the next question. I need the governing body of association football. We need the governing body of association football. Matrix says it's the AFL. Is it the AFL? No, it's actually FIFA. Association football is the international term for soccer. And with that, Matrix drops 3 to drop all the way down to 7th place. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. Needing only the approval of the Senate, these, along with the Constitution, are considered the supreme laws of the United States. Needing only the approval of the Senate, these, along with the Constitution, are considered the supreme laws of the United States. Officially, it's association football. That one I do know I got right. Sari says the amendments. Is it the amendments? No, believe it or not, treaties. It's basically in terms of order. The Constitution overrides everything. Treaties are second, and then laws are actually third. Federal laws are actually third. So with that, Sari drops 1, and Flutter takes the top spot on the board. That's how it's written. Believe it or not, that is how it is actually written. Because when the Constitution was first founded, remember it was the Senate was making treaties with France and Spain for the Revolution, and they basically said that any treaty we sign is officially the law of the land. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. Which hormone causes male sexual development? Which hormone causes male sexual development? Trant says testosterone, and he would be 100% correct. It is testosterone. Now we're going to find out if this thing's still bugged where I don't want it to be. Yep, it's still bugged where I don't want it to be. So, it is testosterone. All right, we're going to reset the board. And the next question is, Dante meets this hero among the counselors of fraud. Dante meets this hero among the counselors of fraud. Sari says it's Ulysses. Is it Ulysses? It is Ulysses in whichever circle of hell it is. It is actually Ulysses that is on the council. So with that, Sari retakes the number 1 slot. And we reset the board. And ladies and gentlemen, it is face-off time. It is face-off time again. And that means this set of questions is between Gunner and Matrix. All right, so Gunner, Matrix, your two are the only answers I will take for this. Here is the question. Pliny the Elder wrote about and Da Vinci taught this art form, now done by 4-year-olds. Pliny the Elder wrote about and Da Vinci taught this art form, now done by 4-year-olds. Gunner, 100% right. It is actually finger painting. Da Vinci actually taught people how to finger paint. I did not know that one. All right, so Gunner, you are up 1-0. We are going to reset the board. Matrix, you need this one to stay in the game. Thanks to his invention, we saw Mickey Rooney and Spencer Tracy play him in the movies. Thanks to his invention, we saw Mickey Rooney and Spencer Tracy play him in the movies. And I do have a very, very bad question in here. Let me check something. Thanks to his invention, we saw Mickey Rooney and Spencer Tracy play him in the movies. no guess. Thanks to his invention, we saw Mickey Rooney and Spencer Tracy play Thomas Edison, because Thomas Edison basically invented the movie theater. All right, can't give it to you, Matrix. Cannot give that one to you. So it is still 1-0 for Gunner. Here is the next question. And this one is the one that's a little screwy. I think I have to actually skip this one. Nope, actually, as far back as 1609, Sacramento wine was made in what is now this U.S. state. And let's get rid of all of that, because that question is not going to do me. He's credited with inventing it, show. Yeah, and we can say the same about Alexander Graham Bell, who did not invent the telephone. Who's the other one I'm thinking of that was a patenter? But yeah, Edison was apparently like a mean son of a you know what, because he would actually threaten people that tried to patent stuff, and then he would go patent it. At least that's what the story is. And Gunner says it's California IA. Is it California IA? It is California IA. Sacramento wine was made in California, or what is now known as California, as far back as 1609. But yeah, supposedly, there was a lot of shady garbage for a lot of the patents that Edison patented, that he did not invent, that he did not create. He just literally would either bribe people out of their patent request, or he would, let's just say, mobster act on it. At least that's the story. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. All right, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the top 6. And the next question on the board is for the remaining 6 players. Of the 3 states of water, which is the most densest form? Of the 3 states of water, which is the most densest form? Trance says it's a solid. Believe it or not, Trance, liquid water is denser than ice. Shocked the heck out of me. Liquid water is actually denser than ice. And it's because of the surface tension. I know, that I did not believe that either. But it was one of those facts that where it's like, you're kidding, right? And it's like, nope. All right, so we are going to reset the board. And the next question. Upon reflection, this Greek mythological figure fell in love with himself. Upon reflection, this Greek mythological figure fell in love with himself. It is Narcissus. It was indeed Narcissus. Sari at the top. She stays at the top. And we reset the board. And here is the next question. Mickey Spillane's violently anti-communist Private Eye. Mickey Spillane's violently anti-communist Private Eye. It is Mike Hammer. In the novels, Mike Hammer is literally, he would go fight. If he ran into a Russian, he'd punch him. He literally would. Mickey Spillane pretty much wrote Mike Hammer to be a violent son of a you-know-what. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. In the Bible, in Deuteronomy 24, it actually provides a no-fault legal procedure for this, but only for men. Deuteronomy 24 in the Bible actually provides a no-fault legal procedure for this, but only for men. It is divorce. Deuteronomy 24 actually has I think the entire chapter may be about how men can file for divorce. All right, so with that, we reset the board. And the next question is, in the 2nd century, this young religion was becoming so popular that a school teaching it was established in Alexandria, Egypt. In the 2nd century, this young religion was becoming so popular, a school teaching it was established in Alexandria, Egypt. Little French lady says, Catholicism. Believe it or not, I cannot give this one to you, little French lady. It was standard Christianity. It was standard Christianity, not Catholicism. Even though you can argue that Catholicism was Christianity, the school itself basically did not teach Catholicism, but Christianity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. The UN basically copied the structure of this, its forerunner. The UN basically copied the structure of this, its forerunner. It is the League of Nations. The League of Nations was the forerunner to the United Nations, and it was pretty much the same thing. It really actually was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, it is face-off time between Little French Lady and Gunner. All right, so we are going to reset the board. And here is the question between Little French Lady and Gunner. Called fool's hens because their extreme curiosity makes these wild fowl easy prey for hunters. They're called fool hens because their extreme curiosity makes these wild fowl easy prey for hunters. Little French Lady says a grouse, and they are grouse. The grouse is known as a fool hen or fool's hen. That's one I got to fix the spelling on. There we go. All right, so Little French Lady up 1-0. Gunner, you need this one to stay in. Here is the question. Who did Mike Tyson defeat when he first won the World Boxing Council's World Heavyweight title at the age of 20 years old? Who did Mike Tyson defeat when he first won the World Boxing Council's World Heavyweight title at the age of 20? Who did Mike Tyson defeat when he first won the World Boxing Council's World Heavyweight title? It was Trevor Berbick. I don't know why he says Berbiak. Probably because I had no way of spell checking Berbick. And with that, Little French Lady has eliminated Gunner from the game. So we are down to the final 5. All right, so we are going to reset the board. And here is the next toss-up question. La Traviata is his operatic version of Camille. La Traviata is his operatic version of Camille. It is Verdi. Verdi wrote La Traviata. And with that, Sari remains at the top of the board. And we reset it again. And here is the next question. This letter refers to the string originally used to hold up Indians' loincloths. This letter refers to the string originally used to hold up Indian loincloths. Trance says G-string, and trance would be 100% correct. It is indeed the G-string. And now comes the one I got to work on. So this is going to be interesting to fix. Give me 1 minute. Oh, this is going to be a pain to fix. This is where my bug is going to be a problem. Alright, we'll do it this way. Then we'll do this. And we'll fix that. There we go. So Trance at the top of the board now. And it is time. Now, it's basically for whatever reason, Trance. If I move it on this version, if you move to the number 1 slot, it will literally not put it whoever is there. So if, for instance, this next question is 2 and Flutter got it, it would give me a problem. It is said that this, what is SW? Wait, let me look. Okay. It is said that this southwestern feast comes from the French, meaning from snout to tail, the way meat is put on a spit. It is said that this southwestern cooking style comes from the French for snout to tail, the way meat is put on a spit. Trance says rotisserie. No, believe it or not, it's actually barbecue. It is said that the term barbecue actually comes from the French term that means from snout to tail. And with that, Trance drops 1. And we reset the board. And it's time for the next question. It keeps your neck warm in the winter or your engine quiet all year. It keeps your neck warm in the winter or your engine quiet all year. And Sarah is 100% right. It's the muffler, otherwise known as a scarf, but the key was the engine quiet. Oh, you're calling it a night flutter? I mean, we can take you off. Ah, damn it. And number 5 does not have the removal spot. Why does it not have the removal spot? I don't know. All right, so we are down to the final 4. It is Sari, Trance, Bros, and Little French Lady. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. The California National Park, that site of the world's tallest known tree. The California National Park that is known for being the site of the world's tallest known tree. It is the Redwood Forest, Redwood National Park. Either one of those would have been accepted. And with that, we reset the board. And the next question. Besides the breast, the only part of a chicken or turkey that is all white meat? Besides the breast, the only part of the chicken or turkey that is all white meat. Little French lady says the back. Is it the back? No, it's the wing. The wing is the only part of the chicken that is considered all white meat. I'll have to check that one later. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we reset the board. And it is time for the next question. It said he turned down Pulitzer for Aerosmith because he felt he was due one sooner. It said he turned down the Pulitzer Prize for Aerosmith because he felt he was due one sooner. And it is Sinclair Lewis. Yeah, if you think about it, if you order white meat, you get the wings and the breast. So, if you order the dark meat, you get the legs and the thighs. I think. Yeah, that's right. All right, so Siri holds on to the number 1 slot. And with that, Little French Lady and Bros, it is time for your face-off. Now, this is where it's buggy, and that means I have to actually start reading questions. So you guys will have to pay a little more attention. Here is question number 1. Which author created the detective Sam Spade? So this is for Little French Lady and Bros. Which author created the detective Sam Spade? It was Dashiell Hammett. It was indeed Dashiell Hammett, which means Little French Lady is up 1-0. And Bros, that means you need this one to stay in the game. In the first ever Bugs Bunny cartoon, which character tried to kill Bugs? In the first ever Bugs Bunny cartoon, which character tried to kill Bugs? The correct answer is Elmer Fudd. It was indeed Elmer Fudd, which means Little French Lady moves up the board. And unfortunately for Bros, that means Bros has been eliminated. So we are down to the final 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that, for the next question, who did James Earl Ray shoot in Memphis in April 1968? Who did James Earl Ray shoot in Memphis in April of 1968? And it was Martin Luther King Jr. Actually, it was Martin Luther King. So it was indeed. No, it's because basically, Trance, my questions kind of got screwed up, so I have to kind of read them off. Because apparently this thing is buggier than I thought it was. It actually started about halfway through the question file. So I actually have to read off the questions at the moment. Because believe it or not, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still about 60 questions in the file. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The next question. In 1903, 500 people died in a fire in the Iroquois Theater, which occurred in what U.S. city? In 1903, 500 people died in a fire in the Iroquois Theater, which occurred in what U.S. city? It was indeed Chicago, and that means Sari is back at the top. And see, like I said, this is where I've got to unfortunately do this way, because, like I said, it is buggy. And I did not realize it was this buggy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question on the board. On Sesame Street, what is the name of Big Bird's teddy bear? On Sesame Street, what is the name of Big Bird's teddy bear? And this is one of those cool facts that I didn't know, but it's very fitting. It's Radar. It is indeed Radar. It's actually named Radar, which is kind of one of those, like, kind of fitting, because Radar was famous for having his teddy bear in MASH. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the next question. Comedian Joan Sandra Malinsky achieved fame and fortune with what name? Joan Sandra Malinsky achieved fame and fortune with what name? It was indeed Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers' real name is Joan Sandra Malinsky. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the semi-final face-off. As Sari stays out of the face-off, and it is Little French Lady versus Trance. So basically, we have 6 questions, up to 6 questions. Little French Lady and Trance will face off in up to the first 3. Whoever wins will face Sari with the final 3. So here is question number 1. The 1904 St. Louis Olympic Games were the first Olympics to use what? The 1904 St. Louis Olympic Games were the first Olympics to use what? So this is for Trance and Little French Lady. The 1904 St. Louis Games were the first Olympics to use what? No guess from either player on this. Believe it or not, 1904 was the very first time the Olympics ever gave away gold medals. That was the very first time they ever gave away gold medals, and you could win them in some very, very strange events. All right, so Little French Lady and Trance, you are still up. No score yet. What did Woody Allen name his son as a tribute to Louis Satchmo Armstrong? What did Woody Allen name his son as a tribute to Louis Satchmo Armstrong? No, it is not Joe. So Little French Lady up 1-0. The correct answer was Satchel. Woody Allen called his son Satchel in tribute to Louis Satchmo Armstrong. All right, so Little French Lady up 1-0. Trance, you need this to stay in and possibly face Sari. The first baseball player to ever have his number retired was whom? The first baseball player to ever have his number retired was whom? No, believe it or not, Babe Ruth was not the first. The first baseball player to ever have his number retired was Lou Gehrig. The Yankees retired Lou Gehrig's number before anybody retired Babe Ruth's number. I'm trying to remember. I think the Yankees retired Gehrig's, and then Boston retired Babe Ruth afterwards, I think. I think that's the order, but I'm not sure. But it was Lou Gehrig who was the first one to ever have his number retired. And with that, with 2 wrong answers, Trance has eliminated himself, And the final matchup will be to determine who is number one. Sari versus Little French Lady, which means I got to put something in one of the two boxes, regardless of who it is. All right, ladies, are you two ready? See, I would have said Babe Ruth too. All right, so it is Little French Lady versus Sari. And here is the first question. What three-word term defines matrimony by agreement of both parties without a civil or religious ceremony? What three-word term is defined as matrimony by agreement of both parties without a civil or religious ceremony? It is common law marriage. It is basically a common law marriage is simply, I agree to marry you, you agree to marry me, we're married. That is literally the definition of common law marriage. All right, so Sari is up 1-0. Little French Lady needs this one to stay in. Sari needs this to win. And here is the definition. A soft substance consisting of cells and connective tissue that fills the cavities of bones. Soft substance consisting of cells and connective tissues that fill the cavities of bones. Sari says it's marrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one player of the day is Miss Sari Cakes. It is indeed marrow. That is basic. And I didn't know that it had to actually fill the cavities. I just knew it was like the soft part of a bone. But if it doesn't actually fill the cavities in a bone structure, it's not marrow. So congratulations to Sari, who is officially number one. And Oop. Like I said, even though Flutter's name is still there, that is a bug I thought I fixed and taken out. And I am going to have to fix that. Like I said, I know it's fixed on the other version. Problem is I took out like 5 shapes that completely screwed up the other board. So congratulations to Sari, who claims victory again. And like I said, this is what frustrates me. Believe it or not, this one actually works like, well, I guess that one doesn't work either. But I had this all working earlier, and it's driving me nuts. Dun, 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 dun. So I have to go through and like refix this whole thing again. Because, like I said, I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, I had that thing working completely during the testing process. And for whatever reason, it croaked at the end. So I gotta go fix my bugs in that one. Alright, so give me 1 minute, Sari. Damn. Alright, Sari, so with that, to wrap things up tonight, we need a treasure chest from you between 1 and 201. Alright, to wrap things up this evening, Sari is claiming treasure chest number 133. And with that, Sari will be winning. Dun, 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 dun. The Star Trek LaForge figure. Getting one of my favorite showpieces. And this is from the Generations episode, or the Generations movie, Geordi LaForge. Say hello to Geordi. And he comes with the base, the communicator, and I have no idea what else is in it. The backpack, and so on and so forth. So congratulations, Sari. No, it's actually because unlike a lot of the other ones, he's not tied down in the box, Walrus. Remember how Nerdy was joking about all the ties? I think this was one of those that was actually used. Because there's no tape on the box, so he never got tied down into the box. So he comes with his own little base that he stands on. I'm trying to do this without losing the box, like so. There we go. Say hello to Geordi. So congratulations, Sari. That will be going to you. I think this is the first Star Trek one I've given out in a while, actually. I think that's the first Star Trek prize I've given out in quite a while. So congratulations, Sari, as Geordi, who is no longer drunk. There you go, Walrus. He's no longer drunk. Is standing in the box, and that will be going to Sari along with everything else that's in her box. We're going to put that off to the side. It is 8:15. No, I've probably given away one since then, Red, but I honestly don't remember. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here tonight. I want to thank those of you that have joined us on the only live interactive game show coming to you live on Twitch, streaming, Mixer, YouTube, Vaughn, and whatever other services we are currently streaming through. I have no clue right now. So, as we always say to wrap things up, exercise the body. Right thing to do. Don't forget, these need the exercise too. It's one of those things we try to do around here. Give you little gray cells. That nice little painless workout. At least we like to think it's painless. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wish you guys a very good night. And again, we will see you Saturday, probably Saturday afternoon. We're going to aim for 3 o'clock, but I am not making any promises on that. So until Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, be good to yourselves and to each other. Until then.